I was accused yesterday by Christian Grauert that I don't wear a gi, so I'm willing to keep it close. So you understand, that's where I, old 3D logo was also there, and sleeves open. Understand? Because I'm against. I came from traditional martial arts, and now I don't like titles and the professor rant and belts, and it's also weird. So I usually just don't wear a belt anyway. I just gi is open, and then a gi is off. So because everything I do anyway is no gi and gi. But I guess the point is that you guys think that maybe I do no gi, and then those things don't work in gi. But pretty much everything I do, I will still say 99.9% everything I do works in a gi. So I think there's a difference when you play guard, I guess, lapels and stuff. I haven't dived into that, but everything I do in Hawkins and Running Mans and stuff, it's gi and no gi. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes gi is simple to start with, and then we add the gi because you have a lot of questions. But, and most people, yesterday Priit did pandas and stuff, and people have questions, what about the key chokes? Don't worry about it. I've done jiu-jitsu 21 years. Right now, I'm not saying they don't work, but there's no difference. And then you have to decide now, okay, Priit knows, Priit has done 21 years jiu-jitsu, and he says there's no difference. So what has to happen and how it has to work? So there would not be difference, Because if you play panda, you get choked, then go like, what would Priit do, What would the system be like, how it should work? So it should work in a gi also. Because I'm still saying it works in a gi. So, you can wear a gi or not a gi, it doesn't really matter. I think, yeah, typical rant of mine in my head. So, twister. I will show you the end, or maybe he shows you the end. He's a 10th planet guy, and so clearly he knows more about twisters than me. I just know, let's say, how to defend them. We've tested it. There's one guy in my gym that does twisters. He's smaller than me, so we started a test on him. It was good. Different rolling back takes were killed by this Hawking, what we did today, so it was good evidence. And recently, what else I've done? I rolled with Dennis Schindler during the weekend in Münster, in Germany, and I think he's pretty okay in the twister. I don't know if it's that his game, whatever, but he's pretty good in the twister and pretty good in no-gi anyway. So it was a good test. And then Mr. Roll was skeptical. If I said I do twisters, escapes, and it's totally normal to go, I'm skeptical. And then we isolated a bit. He did a little bit different twister I was expecting, because there's let's call it modern twister, and then there's an old way of doing stuff. And it still, worked. And I know I'm bigger than him, but I didn't bully him that much. And there's still some sequences, maybe some wrist fighting stuff happening. But, I got the nod from the 10th planet guy. So I'm willing to still go, and I'm not going to change the seminar. So yesterday was a breaking point of like, okay, if I fail, we're going to call it this class different. And if I succeed, then we move on, And we're still going to test and everything else. But it's ready enough for you to understand. Maybe not many of you do twister, but it's still a lock you should know. People do it to you. And then banana splits and all those things happening from truck position. So even if you don't do it yourself, you should know it. And also this class is, I think, pretty much the way I would teach twister as a submission. Because I would not teach you twister. I would teach you the land position, and then we just drill the defense. And then just the attacks gets better. I would never teach you, I'm serious about that. I would never teach you twister from the setup to the finish. I think I will lose most of you. Because it's like six, 7 steps to get there. And from the truck, going from the setup, for rolling back takes and stuff. And most of you are like, over the half is like, you don't have context. And then if I teach you the end, and then I make the end harder, and then I teach you one step away from the end, and then you start to defend there and get back to the finish. And then we move backwards. And then finally we're in setups. So I would teach the same way actually submissions. I wouldn't teach submission full. I never do these days. So if you're a coach, that should be intriguing enough that actually when I teach defense, I can teach 2 things in one class. Okay, so let's do the twister. Roll. Let's say it's still a lockdown leg, and we can go entries in different way, but you can do it from the back. they get the lockdown. I did a little bit turn my hip, so get the lockdown leg. So I have this, yeah, so that's the lockdown kind of, your hooks. And then, now the arm, I will show the end position where you have to get. How he gets there, don't mind. I guess he goes a little bit, different route when you have seen. Go. So arm is there. Anyway, arm has to go under me, yeah? Under him, go back. So maybe it's going over, but he likes the new way, he's like going under there and then going over himself, wait. And then you have this, you grab, whichever he grabs, you grab and then you kind of extend, yeah? And then it's a twister. So, legs, one more time. So you can do it from the back. I'm bigger, so sometimes seatbelt. He has a harder time going there, but he can bump me up, wait, yeah, or I go up myself a bit. So I give him the lockdown. I put myself in position where he can do that. Now he opens up, I give him the arm, he goes under, and then grab and slowly, slowly go. Yeah, slowly. And then good stretch in the morning. So twister, take your best side, go easy left and right, just understand the end, nothing else. And then we're gonna kill it. I'll show you what we have to do, and then we go from there, kind of, and then we can also talk about actually how to get the setup and why he went this way, and I can show the fights and stuff, and it's awesome. Okay, let's go. Give them the lockdown leg. Lift your hips a bit. See, this is the way I would, again, beginner's class, I would start teaching beginners, I would teach you the end. Because you get there, then it's fine, you can finish, and then we can do isolation sparring there. You just hold the head, go, twister, go, twister, go, twister. And then as a beginner, white belt, first day even, you can do it. They're like, I'm bored. After, 5 successfully, or 5 to 10, whatever, one side, other side also, they're like, I got this. This jiu-jitsu thing is not complicated, You're kind of like there, but twister, twister. And then they're bored. And now it's time to let go. Then it's time to one step back, so then grip fighting, and then we get the head, And then, but it's close enough to get, and then we drill this resistance, go, And then go like 2 steps back. And finally, we're in a setup. Finally, we're in a back roll, whatever, So this is the way. Let's be cocky, as I usually am. Yeah, people claim, this is how everybody should teach this. Yeah, only this way. Yeah, now it's in YouTube, so it's always fun to irritate people. And then I show that answer. And I'm not saying I will defend every twister all the time, always. I'm saying if he does, he knows his sequence and stuff to get the twister, and I have no clue what to do in twister. As a defense, the likelihood of me losing more than half of time and he wins like to 80 or 90% and I'm escaping maybe 10 is very likely. So I'm not saying the defense is best ever and never tap. I'm saying let's make it even or close to even, yeah? So it's 50-50 a little bit or 60-40 to him or something like this, So I still have a chance, otherwise just, what's the point? Yeah? So, twister. And now, look, hip up a little bit. And now what you need, wait, the defense is this. So wait, dodged. So, and see what we did yesterday, yeah? We have a hook, because you can't bend that leg, because there's leg locks and stuff, yeah? You cannot open this, because there's panada splits, trucks, everything is there, yeah? So, you have a hooking. You literally did that 2 classes, yeah? So you had this, and this actually plays a big role, but you cannot straight this, because you're gonna lose in a second, because the trucks and stuff, everything is there. With this, go the truck. This is grip fighting and it's very awkward to go. And you have way more time. You just don't open it. So, and now you have to keep your head away. This, go for it. This is when they, they can start to a little bit reach for the head. So my goal, go back, is to do this. So, go. First it's just like bicycle. It's very annoying, yeah? And he's not going hard, but he's not also playing around that, we talked about it, he wants to actually publicly twister me. So, and then maybe the seminar would be over, it's just, let's switch the topic. So I can't lose. But anyway, so that's the game there. That's the first thing. And we did this, and now we just wrist fight. If you're here, then you can't wrist fight. That's why they usually drag you in, and your straight line. So if you're here, it's very strange, the wrist fight actually here. And it's, you keep your head away, so they're not getting that tip. So get to the twister, don't get the upper body, yeah, fix the hooking. So there are like no trucks and splits are all gone, yeah, good hooking. Don't stretch the bottom leg because calf slicers are right away there. And then have a small fight that the defender wins. So you try to get that arm whichever way, because if I would teach you a setup, I would confuse you right away. Like Kragot did yesterday, you know. Find a way to just connect those positions. We could teach you the transition, but it's fun to figure it out, otherwise I confuse your mind with too many details. Yeah, so I want to try it yourself. So, do the wrist fight, they go, I don't know, 30, 40, whatever is necessary for you to have success. Your defender only wins, no losses. If you're better, you can go higher resistance. So, hooking, fix everything, they will fix your hooking also, and now we have a small fight. And you can switch on your own, back and forth, left side, right side if you want, and then have a last kind of stage, and then we make things harder. Let's go. Take the position, other way around. Oh, you can do this also. Usually go under the upside. Fix their hooking. Fix their hooking. So basically, this is class. So now you know it all, and my class is done. So I achieved my goal. This is it. And now we have more time. Maybe we just play with steps. I show you a little bit more in danger. I can show you escapes that you all want to see. I get accused all the time, but Priit, why you don't teach any escapes? I don't care. I honestly don't care about escapes. I know you do, but I think your focus is wrong. And that's just being, again, blunt and honest, but I think your focus is wrong. That you shouldn't care about escapes. First, learn to survive, then be calm, and then get out. If you're not calm, you're always like, things are happening, and that's why you're looking for escape, because it's like, I'm getting submitted soon, yeah? That's why you have to get out fast. So change that. Be calm, don't care, just stay there, and then you're like, okay, I can get out, I can attack from here actually, from the bottom. Kimura attacks, buggy chokes, you know, all those things. You have options. Escapes are not important. Escapes are options. Because you can attack from defensive structures, or you can escape. Yeah, you can consider escape one of the ways of your attack also, you know, whatever it is philosophically. But if you calm down, if you fix the structure, then the urgent like feeling to escape is gone. You just enjoy being there, and you can play with them. So that's why I don't care about escapes. I'm really forcing you that attitude. And I know I sometimes go this with people, like show me escapes. Just go figure it out YouTube. Just you have coaches stuff. It's not hard to go like find out how you're gonna guard pull. Yeah, so start with lighter people, lesser skill, guard pull. Don't try everything on your level right away or higher level, and then you fail and it's like I cannot guard. Figure it out. Be smart. Be accountable. Yeah, not everything has to be spoon-fed to you. Okay, so I'm actually I enjoy that method because I do my part, you do your part. Okay, so back. We can also maybe do some setups later, but if you know, some of you have the belts here, like brown belts and white, and so maybe you know more. So go for it. Legs, go, twister. So now, if you do this, yeah, you get like a perfect situation. Then you can add this. That if this is wobbly, yeah, pull it. So they go here, and this is already like enough that maybe you don't know what to do here, but this is already like dangerous, yeah. Splits, trucks, everything is there. And if you bend your leg, there's a calf slice, really easy, yeah? This is very super annoying. That's why your hooking leg is this. Plus it gives you also base. Plus it also locks there in place a little bit. So fight a little bit. Because if I lift, it's a lot more freedom from the hip. But if I lock this, they're like more there. And I need base to push off also. Okay? And this leg is always safe. And this is a pummeling leg. With this, you can actually pummel inside and get rid of the lock. And then if you get rid, hooking arm and stuff, then everything happens, yeah? So that arm can always fight the legs and this legs. And so you have this fights usually here. You don't turn because now they're after you. So here, this can work, go inside, figure it out, grab the ankles, and here. So now if they get the arm, go trap the arm. So wait, yes. So if you do this, let him have it. Wait, adjust this, just a one step back.
And if you just have hawking, go. If I just have hawking, go, go, go. They can still kind of do it, and then the arm is trapped. Wait, before grabbing the arm is trapped. And now you're more in trouble. And because you're straight line, you have a hard time pulling it out. What actually has to happen all the time, I always pull. Go. I always pull. It's never this. Hold on tight, or hold on, pull down tight. So this can never happen. This is dead arm. If I want it, so be it, but actually if I just do hawking, it's always this. With a crunch, it's easier, go, go. So it's always this, see? It's always slipping away from him. It's always going there. So when we did, right, when we did hawking, we did this all the time. So that's the same arm. I'm always, not like just this, I'm always pulling with this. Even if he's static, I'm always having the pressure, because that lets me escape the arm. So now you can have, before they lock and everything else. Go. Yes. So you have this fight. Yeah, first wrist fight, fingers, everything. You can mess with that. Here is like hard to go, but you can mess with. It's not always easy to open, but you can threaten that. Yeah. So, and I guess if you're look into Twister information, how to play with those legs, you know, how he actually hides those legs. If he stretches, I have more chance to go in there. If he's playing well, here, so there's more details of Twister also. Don't just go like, yeah, you know, no. There's the defense pushes attacks to get better. He will figure out ways to hide his legs. So now this fight, and then for second fight would be give him the arm. Yeah, before actually he puts it under, maybe he goes over, maybe he goes there, who cares? But you always pull, go. So you pull, you wrist fight, you pull, you just go rid of it. And the next one, they go over it, whichever way. And this is really dangerous, yeah? So now I have to get that out. It's like always this pressure, wrist fighting and this pressure, shoulder out. If I stretch body, then I can't pull it out. If I have this, I can pull it out. If elbow is out, already good. So now you can have yourself, you can build one, like drill, defender, wrist fight, yeah? Then you can tell them, get the arm, get it back. Get the arm, pull, pull, get it back. Trap the arm, go over it, you know, trap it, and then get out. As an attacker, you never win. You just resistance, raise resistance, so they can deal with that, and they can free the arm, and then maybe willingly, defender would say, go harder. So let the defender dictate what's the resistance. If they fail, they say to you, go slower. If they have super much success, go harder. Then you can go, but you still lose. But it's more fun. It's close to the winning already. Okay? And then figure out the way Raul did also, the way you hold, you know, lockdowns on a leg. So there's not easy access for escapes. So learn about also Twister, how to be there. So that's it. Do a drill, switch on your own. There's no time. Let's play a bit. Defender wins. Attacker, you develop wrist fighting skills, trapping the arm, and trapping the arm under you. Watch the couch slices. Watch. So, and I hope you feel right now like, you're like, how do I trap it? How do I wrist fight? You know, the wrist fighting is a skill, you know. I don't know exactly what Raul does, the way he wrist fights, but I can show you what typical happens to me. And then if you want to have twisters, I guess, I would say for me at least, the one I know, I don't know if anybody else from you know twisters, but if you want to have more details and stuff, how you wrist fight, then ask him, yeah? So, and so, let's begin. So a couple of things that usually happen. So here, do this. They usually get like, yes, this grip. So, see, they have a wrist and they have this. Yeah, some people grab double wrist. Somehow they do this. Yeah, this is also kind of typical, I guess. They pull, and if this is, wait, if grab wrist, if this is, they can kind of pull me back because they can bridge and they do this, and now everything happens. Yeah, now it's shit. So that's why even if they have 2-on-1, I do this pull. It's actually weird. I don't know why it works, but if I do this, go. It's a little bit different and they can do it. But because it's bent arm, go. It's weird. Yeah, go back. And then they have this and bicep. Yeah, and you still pull. It's always, I know there's pressure because they're doing full force, I'm doing full force. I'm not like a noodle and win, you know? So go. Go, go. Yeah, see, that's the fight. It has to go. Because if I'm here, they will win right away. So that twist has to be there in wrist fights. So think about this. And also some people want to take the back from here, so they over-grab, right? They over-grab the bicep or the shoulder. Yeah, and then they pull, and then they suck you in there, yeah? So this is wonderful, go. So also regain the back. If they click, usually it's here first, because if I'm doing hawking right, it's very hard to grab the shoulder, wait. So this arm cannot be dead. This is just not working right now. So they have a click, I have a click. And now it's ridiculously hard, because I'm pulling them back. And because they want to lift my shoulder, yeah, and get access to my back. They're not going to take my back yet. It's like, it's very dangerous to say you take somebody's back. Consider Eduardo Telles is watching. And you would use different wording, yeah? Because kind of nobody can take his back. So he would just laugh at you if you say, you can expose, you can try to attack. We'll see what happens. Never know. Leave the open ending. So, if you grab this, I pull back. So now I pull back, shoulder is heavy that direction, and he has harder time going under. See? If he lifts that, then it's already this fight. And then we have to have that, or twister here, even whatever. Then we have those fights, see? Arm stuff, we did hawking. Then again, go. See, I start to pull, go, twister. See, click again. Wrist fights, okay? So, those are the steps at the moment. I would say it usually happen, yeah? 2-on-1, bicep, very strong. And then also top arm crabs to, get the shoulder, get behind the head, pull them back. So you click back. So always every grip has a intent, and I have intent back. So then it's, usually, logically it's also this, that, if I arm drag Raul, he arm drags me back, yeah? Understand? If I pull, he can pull me back. So that's the same thing that I grab the biceps, he grabs me back. So it's a neutral grip in that sense. And then we lose and win, and who gets more mistakes, who's more tired, blah, 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 yeah? But we have a fighting chance. So now, play this, no splits, play this, give them that, keep them away, give them wrist fight, keep it away, and also, if they grab this to take your back, click back, and wrist fight, keep it away, okay? And if they want to go over your arm, then hawking circles, the elbow escapes. So make it harder for yourself. Attacker, you can be more efficient now, but you're still losing. But you can go close and you feel like, I might get it, but I have to lose today, because it's defensive game right now. Okay? Let's go.
And then they push to the back.
It's actually a weird feeling. I'm experimenting. I'm not experimenting. I'm experimenting with feelings. Very, very Mihkelson actually. I was kind of like bored and excited. I felt that at the same time. It's very interesting feeling, because I was bored because I want to teach more, because you have in all the fun and all the highs, escaping the twisters, very dangerous thing, and I was just waiting, and no questions. So, and then also excited, I guess, because we're actually you guys doing a good job. You feel that. It's like twister is not so dangerous anymore. It's still, dangerous, but now you have little bit games and you feel it, right? The clicks and stuff and this pressure, and now you have ways to be there. And you're still gonna win and lose. Don't go like, write Facebook that nobody twisters me. I did that. So don't do it. But now it's more fun. So now I would guess you can play more with danger. Let's go, Raul. Let's trap the arm more. We have like 20 minutes left. So this is I never done this class, by the way. This is first time I'm teaching this. I'm kind of happy actually, that because it's maybe some of you have done twister, as a submission. If you start from the setup, it's a complete mess usually. You go like, how do I get there and stuff. But now you understand all the steps also. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Why? Because we're moving backwards. So it's really interesting way, and both twister guy gets better. You understand right now, yeah? And defender gets better. It's two things in one. Why not teach it? So now what you can have, let's go closer to failure. So they trap the arm. Wait, one way, old way would be over the head, but Raul says it's kind of old. So they go right now here bottom, see? And they come up.
So that's the new way, okay? One more time. And I'm not gonna detail it. You're just gonna ask Raul or go YouTube, or this is like, you know, the evolution of twister. So they go up and they feed it and they go here, yeah? And now, Raul also sometimes uses different kind of leg configuration, whatever the word is. So one is this, but also there's a hip clamp and everything else. So there's more to it, yeah? They're just like a lockdown twister here. So they have to hide their legs in a way. Go back. So now, let that, whichever way, over the head or under the head, let that happen. Let's go. And now, go. And now let's do this. Arm is there, yeah? Go. And now it's really like one arm a little bit, yeah? let's fight. Publicly, yes. See the twister? It's like, I know I'm bigger, a little bit taller, but I keep my head away. So if I would give this, they can get it, you know? So hawking really helps. And I still do the pressure, and I'm looking for the mistake, get the arm out. See? Now we're back here. Okay? So, but that was already pretty close to danger, yeah? So you can play this, and the head thing, you go like, it's a minor detail. If your head is there, they can really go fingertips in, and then they just pull. They have a lot of strength with legs and hip in. So that head final, that just keep it away, they're like, and I have a little bit more time. So we can do that fight. So now it's up to you as a defender. Do this, give the arm, straight back. Give the arm, straight back, yeah? Give them the this and underhook. Riff, you know, also click back if they take the back. Or let them trap the arm, whichever way, and then still, like a kind of like a pull it, and then one arm still, you know, and then get it back. And you're back in again. Also, I think somebody asked, good question, can I push? Push is like a punch. Always the stiff, straight frames are like a punch because they're taken away from you immediately. So, he was here, and wait, the question was, can I push? Let's see what happens. So, it can be, wait, it cannot be like a long, wait, it cannot be long grip. It can be like a pump, and then I take it away. Because if I push, I just give them that. So it's sometimes good. Why not? Just a little bit push, you know? Because let's say in a guard, let's go hawking. If they want to gain the guard, they will push my shoulder a little bit. Get guard. See? Invert, yeah. So see that? They a little bit push. But again, hip up right away. Because if they wouldn't use the hip, they just push. And then, you know, I mean, so that space is dangerous. So they push and hip in right away. And now I can't take that space. Because that invert also took the space away from me, yeah? I couldn't follow it. So think about like straight frames or like punch. You're the most vulnerable then. If they know it coming, everything is open here, yeah? So it's like, bring it back. Short frames are even easier to hold. Longer you can hold it. So that seems to be still true when I'm teaching. So maybe in some point it's not. What else? So let's do a next 5 minutes more with this. Crank up the danger if you want. And go a little bit, you know, almost, yeah? You could feel it, win or lose, but let them win again. The head and everything else. If you almost start to touch the fingers, they should know like, I'm coming. They should go, head. So you guide them with resistance. Don't, even if you lock, maybe like this, just more head, and then it unlocks again. But you know that I could have it, but I'm a good coach right now, blah, 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 you know, everything else. And then we're back to the other wrist fighting. And you see, we have 3 steps already figured out. And you exactly know why those steps happening. Because moving backwards. It's not that complex, okay? Let's go. So, I'm actually learning so much about Twister also. And see, I'm enjoying because Twister, maybe some of you, watching the schedule, Twister. I don't know the Twister, it's intermediate, sounds complicated. Well, it's really not. Yeah, just to the end and then it's all good. Okay, so, and the game is intermediate. If you start wrist fight and stuff, and this is already harder game because there's more to lose. So, this is super fun the way, and 2 things, defense, attack, same time, go, and you understand all the steps, why you need this, what Raul did, why you need everything to pull and this and go there, because you know what the defense is. Other way, think about, like, think about attack being
Usually defender, watch every video on YouTube. It's really bad to say it, but mostly they're idiots. Yeah? Like defender are really like, they're stupid. You know, everything is open. In that sense, every YouTube video they're doing 5 mistakes in a row. Think about that now. I'm doing this, and I don't do anything, and a roll goes to twister. Go. Stop. See, go, let go. So, you understand it was 5 mistakes in a row for my part. It wasn't 1 mistake. It was 5 in a row. Can you count that somebody that's decent level gives you 5 mistakes in a row? So his goal actually is to get really close, maybe in a transition, wait, get over, maybe in a transition, get here. And now the likelihood of him finishing is greater, because in a transition he got here, he only has 1-2 steps here. And I, oh shit, yeah? The more steps he gives me, if he starts from the back, go to the back. So I have, let's say I have this, go to twister. So it's like, it's different, yeah? So, and now you understand also as an attacker, you understand all the steps. And you don't have to memorize them. Just know why they're there. Because the defense forces those things actually to happen. But without teaching defense, you don't understand why I actually need that super good, or what's the pulling pressure, where I have to pull this arm and stuff. Defense right away fixes that. Everything is better. Now, you can do back stuff, you can take the back, take this control 2-on-1, if you were in my class, Monday, I think. And then from the back, let them go to twister. You go like, 1-on-1, it's like really, really hard. They're like, yeah, really long. Let them do it, but you can fight every step. You feel like you have to do 7 steps to get there. Yeah, who cares? Just understand that like, oh, here, I have all the defense. You can do it from rolling, like lock down from the top. Here, roll. You can do this, see? And then twister, yeah? Go back. Answer is the same. I never teach this in going forward. But now you know. If you know the setup, see what happens, go to twister. See? Everything is already there. And we're fighting here. There's no reason, even for a back take. Because after, if he wants to take a back, also. Why would I do this? Go. Back take, it's just roll, back take. Go, take the back. You know? This is exception. If this happens, this is I was sleeping and I did 5 mistakes in a row. I deserve to get beat. Yeah? So what I can do is go, the same thing. I just do my hooking, go. Go. First of all, this happens, yeah? And weirdly, go for calf slice. If, yes. So there's a calf slice there, yeah? Have to figure something out, but then go, roll. See, roll. Again, see the back takes. Everything is already harder for underhooks and stuff, yeah? And now, another mistake, go back, take the back. Take the back. See what happens? How are they gonna close the seatbelt? Because I'm already fighting here, yeah? And so already taking hooks also out actually. So now I'm not saying back takes won't happen and nothing happens. I'm saying they have to know all this. And every stage is a battle. And they can win that battle, they can lose that battle, and we fight there. Finally somebody escapes, somebody gets it. Okay? But I want people to have a fighting chance. Because that roll seems like, oh, it's easy roll. But there's so many things that can go wrong, I just ruin it right away. And they, as an attacker, have to know. They have to see that if they're rolling, I'm already doing hawking. You're ready for that. So misdirection, something else. Get my body from here, split second, Maybe do a crossface, I will stretch, then go, Then I'm willing to go there. So setups and stuff, yeah? So you recognize the defense already far away. And you can recognize, do it again. I'll give you 5 minutes to play with stuff. Then do it slowly, take the back. And you can recognize already with rolling, go. Let's go, see what happens. See, go. See, he already feels like where's stuff. And so he can fight them early. He can, figure out the defense for that. I don't know those defenses. I've never taught jiu-jitsu or learned jiu-jitsu this way. That somebody would do this and then what's his fights. Because after the defense, he will figure out the sequences where he's wrist fighting, how to beat it. And then my defensive stuff gets better and then we're gonna just play the game. Okay, so whatever the defense like, attack. This is a rolling back take. Is it from the truck, you know, from the turtle, you know, something like you go for the back and then the twister? If you know some setups to go there, do it, and add the resistance and play. If you don't know any setups, then do it from the back. You know, from the back, understand the wrist fights here, and then go, boom, and then twister. It's totally fine, okay? Let's play, 5 minutes left. Awesome. Don't clap. So. Anyway, so submission defense, not complicated. Complicated submissions, not complicated. Learning backwards, not complicated, makes it all easy, you understand? And you feel way more success, and you don't never say jiu-jitsu is complicated. Because the steps are there, and the game is complicated, because they're now full force and stuff, but the steps and stuff, they're not, you understand that? So, learning backwards, very awesome method. You should check it out. And so that's our third class. Tomorrow we have a baseball choke against the hockey. So no gi baseball or gi baseball, who cares? Again, if you have no clue what is a baseball, I'm a beginner, we did this today. Yeah, so I can teach you baseball enough really quickly. And if you know people that you hear people that are doubting, like, oh, maybe it's a complicated class, baseball choke, I don't know it. Tell people, like, we did twister yesterday. I had no clue twister, now I'm twister master. Yeah? And I really think that your twister attacks cut up. Because now you know what to attack. What head is not here. Here, I get the shoulder, pull him back right away. So, jiu-jitsu is like, Anyway, so now I think that Christian Crowert takes over the Arriva class. So thank you, no picture, enjoy.